What's good, world? This is your boy Rephlektion, Mr. Rephlektion. Y'all know how we do it. We got another interview in the building. Mr. G Spot George.
What's going down?
Already. I bet y'all wondering why he called himself G Spot George. So I'm gonna let him tell y'all a little bit about the name, and then we're gonna get into a deep intellectual conversation with this guy. He got a lot to say, man. So talk to the people real quick. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, people? This is G Spot George. Y'all probably wondering where G Spot George came from. That's my company. I started off probably about 4 or 5 years ago when I was doing music. It led on to something else. I got involved with this gospel stuff, so I figured I'd put a period behind every letter. G Spot stands for God's special purpose of talent. So don't get it twisted. If anybody thinks it's wrong, you know, it's touchy and everything, but don't think that G-Spot is just a feeling that you can get out of it. It's a special feeling that comes from God. God's special purpose of talent, people.
Already. God hit the G-Spot.
Yes, sir.
That's real talk, man. That's real talk. A little bit about your ministry, man. I know you said, we were talking a little bit, and you said you used to do some stuff in the world, and now you've dedicated your life to Christ and His work and His ministry. So
yes, sir.
Let the people know a little bit about where you came from, man, where you started.
I started off of northeast part of Houston, Texas, living out there by Norfolk Manor. Send a shout out to everybody in the Manor, northeast side. I was out there walking it out since I was 12 years old, and, you know, walking the walk, misled by the wrong people, you know, grew up with no father figure, so I was out there chasing the paper, you know, getting myself caught up, thinking that I was this and this and that. Didn't know which route to go, didn't know about the Lord. You know, to make a long story short, I'm 33 years old, got 4 kids, just lost one about a year ago, and, you know, kind of, since this happened to me, I kind of looked at life differently. I had friends, I had anything and everything I could possibly want. But when she passed, you know, it kind of brought me closer to God because I started to see things differently. I used to stay high all the time, drunk, you know, stay in the clubs and just possibly do everything that I thought that was fine and dandy because I didn't know life. Just about 8 months ago, 9 months ago, almost a year ago, got introduced to the Lord, thanks to God. Mean Green kept sending me to church, got involved with Train 9 there at 4930 Studios, Much Love Records. So we started doing circular music, trying to get all the negativity out there. I got involved with them, and I seen that their music was sending positive message to the youth, and I took a look back at my kids, and I said, if I keep doing this gangster music and rap and using it for publicity, then I'm going to wind up getting these kids to believe what we're doing is right. So I started listening to the music Train 9 and them was putting out, and I started hearing it, and it kindly anointed me and with the messages. So I started getting involved with the Lord, going to church, going to Bible studies and stuff like that. Bumped into Bushwick. We was going to do an album, you know, a crazy album, you know, a Bushwick album. At that time, Bushwick was doing the walks, and he got involved with Christ, so we collaborated and came out with this album, The Testimony of Redemption. That's what I'm out here promoting right now. Y'all be looking out for it. And you know, we got together behind Train 9, SOM, Bomb 1, Testimony, and all these guys out here from Much Love, and we put a project together, man, that'll blow your mind off. Not in the wrong way, but in a spiritual way, you know. And we're hoping that this can reach out to the youth and let them feel what we feel is right, and keep them on track, let them know that the life that they really deserve is a positive way, because I walked the walk, and the walk I walked, man, it was a dead-end path, and I thank Christ that I'm still here walking with Jesus, because I should have been dead maybe 4 times ago. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been ran over, I've been involved in gang violence, shootouts, car accidents. I mean, you name it, I've been there. I've seen the light twice, and I thank Christ for keeping me here, and I feel that I'm here for a purpose to send this message to the youth, and I hope that you all receive the message that I'm putting out, and see the message that this album's going to put out. You know, stay on the positive tip. Keep yourselves in school. That's the #1 rule. Y'all don't want to be out here in this heat killing yourselves for a nickel or a dime, because it ain't worth it. Education is #1, you know, so I think y'all deserve better than anybody. And take it for somebody that done did this and didn't enjoy it.
Already, man. You talked a little bit about when you first entered into the rap industry. You did a little bit on the secular side. Now, being on the gospel side, the Christian side, the positive side, tell me the difference between the satisfaction you get from when you used to do music that killed, and now you do music that heals.
Oh man, that music that killed, I thought that was a way, man, but in reality, I started seeing how many souls were getting wasted. and you know, everybody smoking their weed and drinking their drink and popping their pills. And one day, it just took that day for my daughter to pass for me to realize, to see what was going on, because I stayed sober for over weeks and days and months, and I realized that I was lost for all this time. And the music that we're putting out there now is like, it gives you life, you know. It's a resurrection, it's spiritual. I mean, it just lifts you up like you never felt before. Now that I'm doing this music, it seems like I don't need drugs, because I get high off the music, you know what I'm saying? The lyrics are so, like, man, it's just so hard to explain. You just got to really check it out.
That's real, man. That's real. I know me, myself, personally, when I used to rap in the world, you know what I'm saying, I used to use the drugs and the alcohol and the women for inspiration, you know, to write that next song. But now I use that Bible. I get in that Bible, and now that's my inspiration to write that song.
That's the sword of life, man. That's the sword of life. The Bible, that's how I get high. And by reading the adrenaline that I used to get when I used to smoke and drink, the Bible is your way, and the truth and the life. You ever got a problem, that book's going to tell you what it is and how to solve it. Because the way I felt and the way I was knocked down, it seemed like I couldn't get up from that. But I was wrong, because it's a mental thing when you're using drugs. It's just like the devil. He comes in a can, he comes in a cigarette form, he comes in marijuana form, and that's just the way of people just using it as excuse. When you got problems, don't run to the drugs, because that's only the devil trying to lead you to his domain. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get you to follow his path. But in reality, your mind is stronger than you think it is, man. You just got to know how to use it and get your heart and your mind to work together, and it's over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just believe in God, and anytime you're down and out, look towards the Lord, learn to pray, and dig in that book. You find your answers.
Yeah, now I'm not gonna let you off the hook that easy, man. You mentioned some powerful men of God's names earlier, and you mentioned Trey 9 and Vaughn 1, and you know, some guys that are doing some big things globally, you know, for Christ. Some demon slayers, man.
Yes, sir.
Some guys there got a definitely anointed spirit. I'm glad to call them my brothers, you know, in Christ, and I definitely see God gonna do some mighty things with them. Let the people know how those individuals there kind of touched your life on a personal manner.
Oh man, it just, you know, I guess it takes somebody to have to walk down that path to be able to lead you to the righteous path. You know what I mean? I found myself at a dead end at one time, and they seemed to walk that I was walking. You know, I asked because I'm a curious person, and I feel that in this world, like it says, if you don't ask, you'll never know. And a person don't open their mouth, the closed mouth can't get fed. So, you know, even though I had this, I had that, and I thought I was major and bigger and better, and I started listening to their lyrics, listening to their word, got involved in their little Bible studies, and little by little, I can't say it just happened within the wink of an eye, but I think I've overcame faster and quicker than anybody I ever met in my life, because I chose to drop it within an instant, like a drop of a dime. You know, from doing everything I was doing to just deciding that, you know what, I might have had that everything, but inside I was empty. Through Trey 9, Vaughn 1, their lyrics, everything that they were doing with the youth and reaching out to the people and saving souls, I mean, it was great. I thought it was better than me destroying them. And even though I gave people this, gave people that, and drank with them and smoked with them, now I'm back out there trying to preach to them and let them know how I managed to get saved, because they freak out on me. They think I'm not the real G. So that's where they're wrong, you know what I'm saying? I overcame it. It was powerful, but you got to pay attention. If you want it, you can have it. All you got to do is ask for it.
That's real, man. That's real. Well, let people know how to get in touch with you, man, if they need to.
You can look us up at 4930studios.com, or you can email me at George, George, at 4930studios.com, or you can hit me up on 832-292-5664. That's all day, every day. Real Talk TV, don't forget to tune in every Saturday nights. GOAT TV, that's where we're at, man. Representing GOAT TV. Appreciate you for the interview, having me here today with you guys. Much love, and a special shout out to you.
Already, man. Appreciate you taking the time out to sit down with us, do the hour of power, do the interview for GOAT TV, man. So it's definitely the last time we're going to do something together. We're going to keep in touch and keep moving for Christ, man. That's what it's all about.
We appreciate that, man. The hour of power. You said it. Don't forget it, man.
That is, man.
Appreciate you having me here, too, man. God bless.
Already, man. This been your man, Rephlektion, doing another interview, man. I'm hoping y'all enjoying these, talking to these men and women of God, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing where they came from, where they at, and where they headed. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Y'all stay tuned. Keep it locked. GOATTV.com. I holla.